and welcome to Dreamy Do It Educator. So today we are going from 1800. Okay, so yesterday or last day, what happened was about the defeat of Tipu Sultan in 1799. We studied about subsidiary alliance system 1798, etc. We studied. Okay, so we'll move ahead. So Wellesley vernacular perspective also we studied. Okay, now in 1802 or in 1888, after 1802 is 20 years after Treaty of Salbai. We are studying about Treaty of Salbai. See, 1782 to 20 years no war with the Marathas. And in 1802, what happened was that Battle of Pune started. That is, Battle of Pune means Marathas is a very big empire, and it has many subunits and many chiefs, etc. in the same empire. These small chiefs were fighting against each other because of different reasons, ambitions, etc. So British always saw it as an opportunity to conquer Marathas easily, because when a fighting is within inside, we can easily split it into parts and conquer it. So hence for one battle, such that was Battle of Pune, in which Marathas were fighting each other. In 1802 itself, Treaty of Besain was signed, and Balaji Bajirao II became the Peshwa of Maratha. Okay. So after 1802, 1803, the time limit for British for the war or declaring war is over by as per the Treaty of Salbai. In 1803 up to 1805, Second Anglo-Maratha War was fought. Second Anglo-Maratha War, and British won many parts in this Second Anglo-Maratha War. Now, next Governor General of Bengal, that is 1806, mutiny of Sepoys happened. In his reign, 1806 mutiny of Sepoys happened, and this is not the Sepoy mutiny in 1857. It is something different, and this happened in Vellore. It is mainly due to the dress code issues. Okay, that you must understand. Now Lord Window One is coming, and in 1809, the British now want to conquer Sikh, that is in the Punjab region, Punjab, etc. That's a region also, that Sikh-based region. So in 1809, English asked Maharaja Ranjit Singh, who is the Maharaja of that Sikh region, for his territory, and it was declined by Ranjit Singh. Now, Treaty of Amritsar was signed between both, and as per that is a friendship treaty between English and the Sikh. Also, Kohinoor diamond was given as a gift to Britishers by the Maharaja Ranjit Singh. That's also we must understand. Now, in 1813 onwards, Charter Acts are coming. Okay, Charter Acts. 1813, one act. After 20 years, in 1833, one act. Again 20 years, 53, one act. So Charter Acts are coming from now onwards. It is just certain acts to control India by Britishers, we can say. Okay. In English East India Company, in the Charter Act of 1813, what happened was that East India Company's monopoly was partially ended. So till then, only East India Company can do all the trade in India. Okay, but that monopoly has taken away, partially ended, except for tea and opium trade with China. All other products, competitions will be there. Other companies also come. Okay. And one another thing that made by this Charter Act 1813 was, every year British will give 1 lakh rupees for education in India. Okay, that is 1813 Act. Now in 1814-16, what happened was that we already told about the tea and opium trade with the China. East India Company can do without any monopoly, etc. But Nepal King asked a tax for this, because as Nepal King asked a tax to Britishers, as they were transporting tea and opium China in that route. British told that okay, we can fight a war, and who win, we will see, like that. Then 1814 to 16, 2 years, Anglo-Nepal War happened. and it was concluded in 1816 by Treaty of Segowli, in which British has been victorious, and 1/3 of area of Nepal was with the British. So now not on the end of tax, he also got British also got or the Nepal king also lost some uh, region of his. And one another important thing is that in this war, that is Anglo-Nepal war 1, Gorkhas played a very important role from the side of Nepal, and British were so much mesmerized and so much they liked Gorkha because they are really trained, they are loyal, etc. So one regiment in British Army was started in the name of Gorkha, that is Gorkha regiment, in which Gorkhas are trained to be used by British Army. Now after that, in 1816 Treaty of Segowli, and just after that, 1816 to 19, Third Anglo-Maratha War was fought. Okay, Third Anglo-Maratha War it is ended by Battle of Pindari in 1890. Okay, that we must understand. So hence Maratha was also conquered. So in 1764 Mughal was conquered, 1799 Mysore was conquered, 1819 Maratha was conquered, and all this were defeated by British. So British is in a very high powerful portion in India. Now British need some more territories like Burma region, the Sikh region, etc. Needed by the British. Now next Governor General of Bengal is coming. There is Lord Hastings is coming. And the important contribution of Lord Hastings is 1820 a road ferry system was introduced by Lord Hastings, and this introduction was by the important person behind this introduction was Lord Monroe. And the road ferry system means, unlike permanent settlement system, in road ferry system, and the roads or the peasants were directly tax were collected directly from them, and the tax rates were like in dry land 50% is the tax. If the tax land is irrigated, 60% of the tax must be given. And in Madras, Bombay, Coorg, Assam, etc. places this happened. That's Memgal in south, Bombay in west, then Assam in east region, then Coorg or all this region. This was introduced, and the taxes were collected in the form of produce. Okay, now British, now as I said earlier, now British need to conquer Sikh and Burma region. Okay, now again next is coming. So the important contribution of Hastings is this road ferry system. Now this Lord Amherst is coming. Lord Amherst, first Anglo-Burmese war was fought in 1824-26. Okay, first Anglo-Burmese war in 1824-26, and this Anglo-Burmese war, Assam, Manipur, Arakan Empire were captured by the British, and the Treaty of Yandabo was signed in 1826. Now after that, Lord William Bentinck is coming, and in type of Lord William Bentinck, many things happen. One is 1828, Rajaram Mohan Roy established Brahma Samaj. Okay, it's a very important organization that we study. All these reformers movements we will study in the later stage and at the last. Okay. Now, 1829 Sadi ban happened due to the efforts by Rajaram Mohan Roy. Now, in 1830, suppression of thugs happened. Okay, suppression of thugs happened. 1833, Mahalwari system was introduced. So, Mahalwari system was introduced by William Bentinck, and this Mahalwari system divided the areas into different mahals or villages, and tax collection was given to the head of the village. Now, Punjab, Awadh, Agra, Madhya Pradesh, etc. were the places. That is about the central part and also northwest part of India. All these places, Mahalwari system was introduced, like Punjab, Awadh, Agra, and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, it was done. Now, in 1835, we must understand another important thing, that is Macaulay's Minute was made, which made English as the official language. Okay, this Macaulay is also known as the father of Indian judicial system also. So that one must understand or remember. Now, the next important thing happened is the 1833 Charter Act. So 1813 Charter Act established half monopoly or partial monopoly only it allowed. And now the trade monopoly is completely ended after 20 years. In 1833, completely trade monopoly is ended. And one other important change, very important change in 1833 Charter Act was Governor General of Bengal is no more there. It's Governor General of India. Okay, the Governor General of Bengal, that post is taken, and the Governor General of India came in instead of that, and hence the first Governor General of India became William Bentinck. Okay. Now, next Governor General of India is Charles Metcalfe, and Charles Metcalfe's most important contribution is in 1836 Vernacular Press Act, another Vernacular Press Act. Last one was in 1798, I think. Just refer to that. In 1798, Vernacular Press Act was passed. It imposed restrictions, but this Charles Metcalfe's 1836 Vernacular Press Act removed press restrictions. Okay, that's important to understand. Now, Lord Auckland, next Governor General of India, is coming, and in 1839 to 42, Anglo-Afghan War was fought. That is, Afghan war is fighting, and it's known as Auckland's Folly. It's actually said as Auckland's Folly. Now, Henry Hardinge is coming, and in 1845-46, the earlier treaty of the Amritsar, all that was ignored, and in 1845-46, first Anglo-Sikh war is happening. Then it is signed. It ended with the Treaty of Lahore in 1846. One must understand. Now, next one is Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie continued the war. Okay, the Hardinge did the Anglo-Sikh war, and Lord Dalhousie continued the war. In 45-46 was the Anglo-Sikh war won. In 49, second Anglo-Sikh war was fought. Okay. And in 1849, English controlled full India. Almost full India was controlled by India, and only some other places like Jhansi, Satara, such some important places were, some small places were with the control of the other emperors or other kings, etc. So, to conquer all that, Dalhousie has a plan. Dalhousie came with the doctrine of lapse in 1848. So what is a doctrine of lapse means? Doctrine of lapse means if there is no legitimate heir for, that is successor for a king or a queen, etc. in that place, or usually what was done was they used to adopt a child, and the throne is given to him. Now him or her. So now what happened is that doctrine of lapse came into action, and if there is no heir, the region will be under the control of British, or the British will be conquering it. That was the doctrine of lapse, and first province or first region to come under this doctrine of lapse was Satara in 1848. One must understand. Then Jaitapur or Sandalpur in 1849, Udaipur in 1852, Jhansi in 1853. That you can remember. Then Nagpur in 1854 and Awadh in 1856. And one important thing about Awadh is that it is not because of the lack of hair that Awadh was conquered, but because it was alleged of poor administration. Because of that only, Awadh was annexed by British in 1856. So in 1853, Jhansi, 1853, actually Jhansi was annexed due to doctrine of lapse. So Tara in 1848 you can remember, Jhansi in 1853 you can remember, and also Awadh 1856 also you can remember. Okay, now 1850-53, second Anglo-Burma was conquered. So in the first Anglo-Burma was conducted, and now it's second Anglo-Burma. First Anglo-Burma war was conducted by Lord Amherst. Lord Amherst in 1824-26 conducted the first Anglo-Burmese war. Now that conquered Assam, Manipur, Arakan was captured, and now it is coming to second Anglo-Burma war, that in which the lower Burma was conquered, and it happened almost about 25 years after that. So about in 1824-25, that region, that time period, first Anglo-Burma war, and after 25 years in 52-53, like that, second Anglo-Burma was for that captured the lower Burma. So we are now in the 52-53, that is in 1850s we are now. So we'll continue the rest in the next class. So if you find this video informative, some information if you got, you can like it. Now if you have some suggestions, you can comment it. Then if you are watching the number of time you are watching, that also you can comment it. Then you can share it with your friends also, if you think this will be helpful for them also to study for the exams, etc. So that's all. Thank you. Thanks a lot.